how the fingers are numbered. You just need to know that with both hands you count from the thumb. So the thumbs are 1, then we got 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Right, on the next page, finger number melodies, you can use those finger numbers to play simple tunes or melodies. So the right hand has 3 different tunes. The first one starts by going and so on. There's little dashes to show where you wait. These will eventually become either longer notes, longer, or they'll become rests. Rest. So you've got the right hand finger number exercises starting from middle C. Then you've got the left hand exercises starting from middle C. 1, 2, 3 will take you down. And you'll start to notice how the music is divided into bars. Sometimes there's 4 beats in a bar, sometimes there's 3. Don't worry about that too much for now, except maybe notice that the first note of each bar will often naturally sound better if it's slightly louder. Okay, on to page 6 and 7. This is kind of stating the obvious about black keys and white keys. If it wasn't for the black keys, you wouldn't know which white key you were playing. So you see the 2 black keys together, it tells you where middle C is, or where any C is, as well as D and D. C, D, E. And then we got 3 black notes together, that tells you where the next letters are. So F, G, A, B. It is rather confusing, but we typically see the letter C as being a sort of starting point, and the letters go as far as G, and then they revert back to A, B, C. So it's like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Notice I just used one finger then. It's so, like I said, you don't get hung up about finger numbers, because you can play any key with any finger. So just bear that in mind. Then on page 8, all the letters are written out going up the piano. To the right along the piano is going up, going to the left is going down. And this makes sense if you think about, naturally as the pitch goes higher, we do think of the note as sounding higher in pitch. It's a bit like with your voice box going up as you sing or speak higher, and then down is all about the pitch going lower. So on page 9 we've got basically the same tunes as before, but now there's letter names. So you've got C, D, E, E, D, C in the right hand. The left hand, the first one on the left hand is C, B, A, A, B, C. And at the top there's a helpful guide which shows you all the letters and the numbers, the finger numbers which we are using for these simple exercises, with thumbs typically playing C and then counting outwards from there. Then page 10, we see an explanation of the sheet music itself, how it's arrayed, and the note values. It's different in the US to what it is in the UK. So in the US they say measure, in the UK we say bar. Then when it comes to the note lengths, note values, the American system is kind of more logical. It's based on fractions of a note that is 4 beats long. So, well, mostly it's logical, but yeah. Whereas we've got names for them in the UK. So, quarter note is a crotchet. Half note is a minim. Dotted half note is a dotted minim. Whole note is a semi-breve. Then in America you say counts. In the UK we say beats. So a crotchet is 1 beat, minim 2 beats, dotted minim 3 beats, semi-breve 4 beats. Then what else have we got? Time signatures. The top number tells you how many beats in a bar. So we got 4/4, that's 4 beats. 3/4, 3 beats. 2/4, 2 beats. So that all takes us to the first music where you actually play from proper sheet music with proper notes. Like I said, you want to get to this as quickly as possible so that you get reading the notes, and preferably don't think too much about numbers or letters. Put your hands in position. So for example, the right hand's in position for the very first exercise, and then don't even notice the numbers if you can help it. Just look at where the blobs are. So we've got a blob that's on its own little line going through it below the stave. We look at the guide, we know which note that is, it's this note. We don't even need to give it a letter or think about the number, just play the note. And then the blob moves up. The blob moves up the smallest amount it can move, so it's just below the bottom line, so it's this note. Then it moves up again, so the bottom line is sort of going through it. It's that one. So you need to approach it in that way. The sheet music, you map from the sheet music to the keys on the piano and learn how to do that ASAP. So that was the first lesson from the Schaum Green Book.